Hi YouTube, in the last video we have created this interface, and in this video we are going to do coding and connectivity with the database. So before doing that, I want you to go to the Solution Explorer and right click and add a new project. So basically what we are going to do here is that we will be creating data access layer, and for this we have to create a class library and rename this class library as DAL, and wait for it. So guys, it was second one, it was not this one. Go to new project, you have to select this one, .NET framework, and type here DAL. I'm going to so I'm going to name as DAL. Okay, so after this just create a new folders. One for I'll tell you later why we are creating this folder. Name one folder as entities and other folder as an operation. Okay, now right click on and add a class and name this class as so we are creating for the customer, so I'm going to write here as C mm, customer entities, and second class I'm going to create for the operation. So what I'm going to name this as O operations. Okay guys, I will explain you why we are creating this. So we are creating O operations if you want to create any function, like we want to delete customer record from the database, so we will create that method. Basically it's a class, we will call this class, and so we will create everything. So basically just want to keep everything organized, we are creating these separate folders, and in the entities we are going to name so for in the database, as you can see in this form, that we need a name. So, as you can see that we have write it down over here, that txt and ame. So we want as a variable or something that stores this result. For example, a user enter his name, and which comes in this text box, and so for and we have named this text box as txt name. So what we are going to do, we are going to access this name to some variable and to transfer that, or if you are finding this difficult, just let me write the code and then explain you what I'm trying to say is. So so basically this is the string name. So first thing we have this. So guys, you can see that we have name, password, email, and country and gender. So we are going to create name, then then email, then password, then gender, and then country. Now let's create a database. So I want you to open Microsoft Management Studio and click on uh, click on database and yeah, create a new database, and I'm going to name that customer. So I'm going to name this database as customers, and this is the log file. So just create a database and click on OK. And for this demonstration I'm just going to create a one table, so you can create as many as you want. I'm going to create a new table. Alright, in the database every table has a unique ID. So first we are going to create an ID, customer ID, and int, I'm going to just name varchar 50. Okay, name, email, varchar 50, password varchar 50, and then comes the gender. So we don't need this data type. We can, alright, just for the demonstration base I'm just going to select varchar 50 and country. Varchar 50, and I'm going to set this as the primary key, and I'm going to go at the identification, and yeah, I'm just going to, yes, just select it, yes. And it is what it does, that it increments the record whenever I'm going to insert another record. So it will increment like from 1 2 3 4 5. So, and I'm going to save this and this name this table as cust. Now we are done here. Now we connect this database. Okay guys, now go to the Server Explorer and click on add a connection, and over here you have to copy your database name, and you can find it in here. This is your database name, just copy it, paste it here, and select the database. Right now we have created a customer. I'm going to just test the connection, it is successful. Yes, I'm going to OK. Okay, everything is good. I'm going to click on OK. Yeah, as you can see now it has created the database. Alright, what we want here is that go to the properties. Okay, we want this connection string. So right now I'm going to go to this form. Okay, so what happens that I want this, when I click on submit, what it does is that it, from the values which I have which user has wrote it down in this field, it we want to transfer to the database. So what I'm going to do in this I'm going to click, double click on this submit button, and in this button I'm going to code here, like first as I told you that we have created this entities class, we are going to access this these name, email and password. And what this is going to do is that through this we want text box to store a value. So that's why now I just want to call this class. So what I'm gonna do is entities, CENTETIES. So right now I I have to call this class. Okay, go to the references, add references, click on DAL and select OK. Okay, and now and so guys, I have created two files here using del.entities, del.operations, and I want you to go here and public this class. So we are accessing this yeah, the attribute of this class, so we have to make it as a public, and same thing we goes for there, this public. So all you are familiar about the OOP concept. If you are familiar, then you are able to okay, so now you can see that we have, now I'm going to write that cust equals to new. Now, so now we can access the attributes of this class. As you can see, we have created name, email and password and gender. So what I'm going to do, that that the user going to enter his detail in these text boxes. What I'm going to hear from there, this text boxes, it will go to the attribute of this class, and after these attributes we can easily send to the database through the operation. So I'm going to explain you each and every step. So for now, what I'm going to do is that the data which user has entered in these text boxes, I'm going to get in the attributes which are attributes in these data in these attributes. So let's get started. Okay, so for first I want an username, um, name equals to txt name dot text dot trim. What this trim does, that if there are any spaces present in the when I'm writing, for example, my name, if there is any spaces print, if I have printed any spaces, so it omits the spaces. Now email, and I'm going to write here cust dot name. What I forgot to write cust dot name. So what it does, that basically we have created this class C entities class object, and through that object we access the attributes cust.email, cust.password, and through its yeah, protected. Okay, we have to declare this as public because we want to access the attributes of the class, so it should be public. Okay, now password equals to txt password dot text dot trim cust dot. Okay, now the things comes about when we want users to enter male or female. Obviously, only one value should be I mean only one value can user can check. So we are going to write a condition that if rdo dot male so I'm going to write here rdo male dot checked true तो then what is it's going to do, it's that cust dot male cust dot gender equals to rdo male dot text. Else, obviously, if user selects the male, so it go so mailbox is selected, otherwise it will check female. And I'm going to write here else if rdo female dot checked equals to true, so it assigns in the gender attribute it will going to assign the female. And I'm going to write here cust rdo dot rdo female equals to false. What it's going to do, that if by mistake you have selected the both, it will both checkboxes, it will only check one. So for this I am going to write rdo female dot text equals to and same thing we are going to go here rdo I'll explain you guys what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to say to you guys when we, let's execute. Okay, so this is our form. Right now it will do nothing because I haven't created a method to send the value to the database. So we are going to go. Okay, now I'm going to stop this application, and I want you to go to the country and edit items. So right now I'm going to write the names of the country. I'm going to name Pakistan, USA, UK, Australia. Alright, name as China. Alright, this is enough. I'm just going to click on OK. I'm going to execute it just to want to show you guys that it's working. Look, the country. So oh yeah, I forgot to get the input from the user. Okay, so I'm going to write that cust dot country equals to txt cbo country dot checked dot selected item dot selected value. So what it's going to do, it said that the value which we have selected, it is going to select it and assign it to the customer dot country selected item. Alright, we can do it as a text. Okay, now everything is good. Now we want the connectivity with the database. So in this I'm going to go in the operation class. Alright guys, in this video I've shown you guys how to we have done the coding, and in the second part the database connectivity I'm going to discuss with you guys in the next video. So I hope you guys like this video. If you do not understand anything, just comment it down below. So in the next video we are going to do the connectivity with the database.